G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League. So as you can see, rank 8 with a rating of 2196. And we're still in the Ultra League. Now I do have a playlist with all my Ultra League battles. I'll link that now so you can check that out if you want to. So let's jump straight in and get it started. So I'm running Lapras, Swampert and Cresselia. So Lapras on the lead, double legacy, so ice moves, and then running surf as well. Swampert, well, running standard moves, and same with Cresselia, although, so Cresselia's running Moon, Blast and Future Sight. I haven't TM'd to get Grass Knot. So Grass Knot is a good move, but it has, it's really good against, obviously, Swamperts and any water types. But to be honest, I'd rather a bit of extra coverage of Future Sight because it just does a whole lot of damage. So if something doesn't resist Psychic type moves, Future Sight is often the way to go, even though Grass Knot obviously charges up and you can throw so very quickly. Anyway, I'll jump in and we'll get this first match started. So let's see who we can find. So T Gilly 57. So I always say it, need to try and remember names. T Gilly 57. So opening up with a Giratina lead. So this is interesting. So they should be quitting out of this match. So they've gone to the Scizor here. So this should be a Night Slash, which is absolutely fine for me. Hopefully they don't get the boost. If they get the boost, and they got the boost, so now this becomes a little bit more problematic. So I do imagine they are going to shield this up, so that's why I didn't bother going for an Earthquake, especially because they've got the boost now. They're going to be shielding this up like you wouldn't believe. So I'm actually going to match the shield here. They're going to be throwing another Night Slash, and I really hope they don't get another boost. If they get another boost, then I'm in trouble. And I'm going to throw another Hydro here, and I do expect to get a second shield. Let's find out. Yep, so there's the second shield. So the question is, I'm just going to throw, no, so that's really bad for me. So I'm going to shield up as well, because I do think we matched. So I think that hit it at the same time. Otherwise I would have saved for the Earthquake and taken it out. Let's see how much damage this actually does. So that almost takes it out anyway, so I should be able to fast move farm it down before it gets to its next move. So for this one I am going to, so they've thrown in, I was trying to get to the Earthquake. This Dragon Claw will take it out here, and it does. And now I'm going to go back into my Lapras here, and I'm actually going to switch out into my Cresselia. So I don't know if they've had an Earthquake stored up there. No, so it's just a Hydro Cannon, so that's not too bad for me. Yeah, so I have got obviously a charge move saved for the Giratina when it comes back in, so they're going to be Hydro Cannoning me away, and I really needed to swap faster than I did, because I gave away a full a full Hydro before I joined in. If I can get the debuff, which I can't, let's see. So they may go an Earthquake here, because Earthquake's going to be close to taking me out, I reckon, at this range. No, so just another Hydro. Next Hydro will take me out, so I really got to get there first, and I did. So when I say get there first, obviously get to my Moonblast first, and that will be KOing here, which is absolutely perfect. And then what I'm going to do is switch into the Lapras and Ice Beam straight away. And apparently not. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, at this stage. This is good game. They're not going to be able to take me out, especially with a fully charged Ice Beam ready to go. So a bit annoying that they were able to get their charge move off first, but absolutely fine. So I will actually just go for straight up Surf here. Surf isn't going to take it out because it's going to be resisted, but then I should be able to fast move farm it down pretty easily there before they get to their next charge move, which I can. So happy days. So able to get the win there. I don't know why it's booted me out. Let's jump back into the Ultra League and jump straight into the next match. So really good lead for me there, and able to take out the... So the Scizor would have been potentially a problem had I not had my Swampert matched up against it. So this is not an ideal match. Yeah... the charm damage is just immense. Let's see if I get a shield here or not. I don't think... Wow, okay, so I did get a shield, so that's interesting. So obviously, there's a reason they do not want this to get through, so I'm actually going to match the shield here. Let's see what they do here. So they're using Crunch, so Crunch is fine. Let's just go, and this time I think I'm going to go the Ice Beam. I don't know that they'll go 2 shields on this. Let's find out. So really hoping they don't go... Oh, and they have, so they really want to save this... Okay, so that's really interesting. Can I get there? I can get there. Ooh, so they've swapped to Poison and Dark. And I've got a Crunch straight off the bat. So I'm going to have to swap into my... Ooh, can I get there first? I really hope I can. So I can get to the Earthquake first, and obviously they've got no shield, and this is going to one-shot. So I should have probably been a little bit... so I'm going to save up to a... So no shield required here. So I fully expect them to swap in their... a Togekiss potentially. Let's see. So I was actually waiting for a swap in on the charge move to try and absorb some of that damage. Shadow Sneak's, yeah, going to do a little bit. Yeah, so in comes the... So I am going to shield this one up because that's going to do a little bit more damage. And then the question is, what do I do here? So I want to farm up a little bit of extra energy, and then I'll throw the Moonblast, just so then I can throw another Moonblast onto the Giratina before it is able to take me out, which I can do now, which is happy days. So what I really want here, obviously everyone wants it when it's your own, is the debuff. So let's see if I can get that debuff. Yeah, so they're going to charge me down here, and I think what I'm going to do is... so they've probably got another Dragon Claw saved up, to be honest. So let's see how much health I've got. So I should be able to survive one Dragon Claw, and then I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. So Earthquake should be taking it out. So let's hope they haven't got enough for a straight up another one, which it looks like they don't, because I got my Earthquake off in time. So that Earthquake should be enough to KO the Giratina. So happy days. Second match done and dusted. So I was thinking about swapping out my Cresselia there, because they were farming a whole lot of energy. So basically all they needed to do was make sure it didn't get to a another Moonblast, but I knew I had energy stored up on the Swampert, and it probably wasn't going to... Yeah, and I didn't want them to double Dragon Claw my Swampert, because then I wouldn't have been able to get to the Earthquake. So, managed to take win number 2. So, XXX Mitch. Let's see how we go. Obviously, again, I didn't look at the last person's name. So, I I don't think this was the same person, but let's find out. So Scizor on the lead is not good for me. So the only thing that is useful is going to be the fact that I can... So not going to shield this first one. It is going to be the Night Slash. I really hope they don't get a boost. If they get a boost, then I will swap into... No, so no boost there. So interesting how long that charge move took, but absolutely fine. So throwing the Surfs here, so don't expect to get a... shield, which I didn't, so I'm not going to shield either. If they don't get a boost, they're not going to bother shielding, I don't think. Let's see how we go. So I'm going to get a couple of extra energy there and then throw, because I don't want to overfarm too much and get too much damage. So obviously my Lapras is getting a bit worse for wear here. So they did shield that one, so that's interesting. So I will match their shield this time, and let's see if they want a double shield here. So Night Slash there. So 1, 2, and let's throw, because I do not want to lose switch or lose shield advantage because I overfarmed too much. So they've double shielded. Wow, okay. So they really want to win switch here. So I think I'm going to let this go now and then come in with my Swampert. So able to take both of their shields there. Obviously they've got switch, but with Swampert I should be okay here. So I should be able to charge this down before they get to it. No, I'm not going to be able to charge this down before they get to another move. That's fine. I'll let it go. So the Night Slash is not going to do huge amounts of damage. It's going to do enough, but let's see what comes out. So the next thing to come out is the Giratina. So I am actually going to swap this up, and I expect them to swap out, to be completely honest. No shield here, so it'll just probably be a Dragon Claw. So that's fine. I can handle a Dragon Claw. Let's see. I'm fully expecting... No switch. Okay, so that's interesting. So it doesn't really matter here if they switched or not. I was going to be throwing the Moonblast. So even if they switched on there, yeah, absolutely fine. Oh, and got the debuff. So that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I expect they may switch out now, just because obviously with a debuff, they're going to be doing next to no damage here. Okay, so they didn't switch, and it looks like I didn't actually realize they switched into Giratina. I thought they let the it faint. Okay, so they've got their own Swampert here, so this is interesting. So then there goes. So for this one, I'm going to shield this up, and then I'm hoping that I haven't... Yep, so I'm going to go Future Sight, and then I'm going to swap into... So obviously, once you notice that they've got like minimal health on their stuff, you are always aware that they're going to try and do a sack swap, and that's exactly what they tried to do there. So swap out, and yeah, absolutely fine. So managed to take that relatively comfortably. Had I not caught the sack swap, it would have probably been a closer game. Even so, fairly comfortable amount of health on the Cresselia. Cresselia is a really good matchup against the Swampert, so happy days. So there's game number 3. Sputnik Techno. Nice throwback there with that Sputnik name. And let's see what they have on the lead. So obviously, as always, hoping for a lead win. And the thing I guess I've got to keep in mind when the Scizor, absolute glass cannon. So just throw those charge moves, and when Sizzle is matched up against error finding match, so I don't know if they quit out of that or not. I don't know why they would, but they may have. So when that Sizzle is matched up against the Swampert, you don't really need to throw Earthquake there, so I guess it's just the Hydro Cannons are probably a better bet with neutral damage. So this is a really bad matchup for me. So what I'm going to do is switch into... so I really would have preferred to have the switch be on... cross chop, okay. So that's fine. So let's just Hydro Cannon away here. So out comes the... Giratina, so I'm really hoping I don't get a shield here. Let's see what they do. So they did shield, so that's really unfortunate for me. So I will not shield. So this is going to be a really, really rough one. So I need to throw this just to get a bit of chip damage. So really, as it turned out, should have thrown the Hydro to start with. They're not going to shield this one because it's obviously a Hydro, and then they're going to charge me down. So this is really not ideal, but that's fine. So no shield here. So I want to shield the... really want to shield the... So let's just throw into this Ice Beam. Let's see if they want to double shield. So I really want to shield against the Cresselia v my... Oh, perfect. Really want to shield a Cresselia versus... yeah, so they're Obstagoon. So let's see what we do here. So the question is, do I want to shield this or not? So I'm not going to shield this. I really hope, even if it is, yeah, so Night Slash isn't going to be enough to KO, which is fine. I really wish it would let me throw my energy here. Let's go. So got the second shield, so that's fine. And they're going to charge me down, which is unfortunate. And then they're going to be Night Slashing away like an absolute beast. So let's shield this up. It'll be the Night Slash. I'm really hoping they do not get a boost, which they haven't. Happy days. They're going to... What are they? Okay, so interesting. So this is bad for me. Really bad for me. So not going to shield this up. I need to save the shield for the Cresselia there. So the Body Slam's not going to do too much. So what I probably should have done here is Moonblasted and then Future Sighted at the end. Oh wow, so it's going to take a few. So really 100% should have Moonblasted there. So what because I desperately need a debuff. Let's find out if I can get one. If I can get one, I might have a chance. Nope. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Need to save this. 100% need to save this. Let's see if I can... what to do. So, have to shield this up. Expect them to come in with the Obstagoon now. Yeah, so didn't have enough energy. Obstagoon in the back had enough energy to throw. So 100% should have thrown that Moonblast. That's my error there. I just didn't realise how tanky, and I mean, it's obvious how tanky Snorlax is going to be, but did not play that well. So Obstagoon on the lead, not ideal for me. So... let's jump into the next one. And let's be honest, that was my fault as well. So if they're staying in this match, they're going to be throwing an Earthquake straight up. So I probably will shield. Let's see what they've got. So they're not throwing their energy. So I'm going to throw mine. Nope, they're going to throw theirs. So I'm going to shield this up. If it's an Earthquake, happy days. If it's a Hydro, then really bad for me. And it is the Earthquake, so that's good. Able to... stop a whole lot of that damage and potentially win this switch, because that Earthquake is going to... so they've matched the shields there, so that's interesting. So I'm going to, again, throw into the Surf here, just in case I get a second shield. I don't think I will, to be honest. No, so no shield there. So this one I'm not going to shield either. I don't know whether it will be a second Earthquake or whether they'll be going to Hydro. So it is a second Earthquake, which is fine. It does mean that... so I'm just going to go over, farm just one little extra and then throw, because I don't want them getting to another charge move. Hydro Cannon charges oh so very, very fast. Oh, and they've shielded that up. So the question is, do I want to shield here? So I'm going to shield because even... yeah, so I thought it might have been the Hydro Cannon, but I did want to win switch, and I will be able to do that. So let's see what comes out. So we've got Mewtwo coming out, so that's an interesting one. So I am going to go straight up Ice Beam here, as it's going to do more damage. And then probably, should have I gone for, yeah, so 100% should have gone for the, so who to go for here? So I'm going to go for Cresselia and hope it doesn't have Shadow Ball. If it's got Shadow Ball, then I'm possibly in a bit of trouble, because Shadow Ball is going to do huge amounts of damage, absolutely huge amounts of damage. Have they got the Shadow Ball? No, so it is the Earthquake. So that's a really interesting one. So what have they got here? So Scizor, so perfect for me because I can throw into my... Swampert here. So like I said, Swampert is going to be... So Night Slashes here. Let's see if they get a boost. So Night Slashes. Oh, so double Night Slash there. Let's see how far this takes me down. I'm really trying to think. So I'm just going to throw... oh, and I do not want them sticking around now. They just got the boost. So time to Hydro here. So Hydro should almost take it out, and I am actually just going to double Hydro because I do not want them doing a whole bunch of damage to me, and I know that's a waste of energy, and I should have just used a single let's see if I can get there. I can. A single Earthquake in that situation, but I was not expecting and had a little bit of a panic, to be completely honest. And let's just go to Moonblast now and end this match. So that's pretty comfortable there. Pretty comfortable win. Obviously, they had the Earthquake, and their second move is, I'm almost 100% sure that's going to be the Psy Strike. So perfect for me there. So nice and comfortable. So that is 5 matches, and managed to go 4 out of 5. So Obstagoon on the lead there was really tough. And had I gone for a Moonblast instead of going for the Future Sight, it might have made a difference. So especially if I had have got the debuff there, it would have been a much better situation to be in, and so 100% should have thrown the Moonblast there. Snorlax is just far too tanky, and I now know that. So managed to go 4-1. Potential for that 5th, but to be honest, I think that Obstagoon just put in the work and managed to take it. So 4-1, really happy with that. Let's jump into a reward and see what we get. Tepig. Ugh. So back to rewards that are trash. So I do have a video, I'll link to it now, that helps improve excellent curveballs. On saying that, I missed my excellent curveball, so watch that video and hopefully it'll help you. I'm hoping this catches. No, of course it doesn't. Let's give that another go. So there's a little bit better throw, and should catch it this time. And yeah, so check. Oh, wow, okay, so Nope to catching. So 606, so I don't actually know what a decent CP is for one of these either, to be completely honest. But check out that video and hopefully it'll help you improve your excellent curveballs, because it is important. It's really handy for... This thing just does not want to stay in the bowl. It's really important for raid bosses more so than anything else. When you've got limited raid bosses and when you beat rocket bosses, because you've got limited Pokeballs. So that's the important part. So check it out, improve your excellent throws, because as you see there, I got a few. So the first one was absolute rubbish. The next ones were all right. So happy days. So let's see how that changes our rating. So 4 wins, so I'm hoping to get in the 2230s. 2230s is what I'm hoping for. Let's claim this reward and see what we get. 2232. So happy with that. Really solid matches there. Bit disappointed with that Snorlax choice. Really poor choice on my part. It was not the right play. So the only play I had there, and this is why you want to stick with a team for a little while and learn its moves and learn how much damage and things it does. So in future, what I will use, so that lick damage is immense too. So for Snorlax v Cresselia, it's the lick damage that's the problem. It's not its charge moves, it's its fast moves, which is just crazy. So the sooner you can, well, if you can debuff, that's what you want to do. So in future, that's what I'll do. They did have Obstagoon in the back with a charged up its dark move, Night Slash. So they had energy for Night Slash, which is why I was saving that shield, because I knew as soon as that Obstagoon came back in, it was going to be throwing that energy. So had to save that shield, and should have Moon Blasted from the start, which would have got me potential to debuff from that start, and also allowed me to throw and an extra move, because the future sight just costs more energy. So that was my win condition. I know that for future, and hopefully you've all learned that now as well. So hopefully it was useful. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.